Okay, hello everyone. What's going on? We got another stream here once again. We got Blues versus Jets, which is getting ready to start here in a second. They're doing the handshakes here in Montreal, waiting for the broadcast to wind down here a little bit. As the Capitals just knocked out the Canadiens in 5 games, their season comes to a close. And we'll see if the Blues or the Jets can take a 3-2 series lead heading back home to St. Louis. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll get into Jets versus Blues right now as we get that ready to go underway as my screen loads up. Jets versus Blues coming up here on ESPN. Starting goaltender preview, Connor Hellebuck for Winnipeg, Jordan Binnington for St. Louis, and we'll get ready here for Game 5. The winner will take a 3-2 series lead heading back to St. Louis. It's a whiteout in Canada Life Center, and Jets versus Blues, we are underway. Face-off then won by the Blues, directed back down low and into the Winnipeg end. Toropchenko taking it now down low in the corner. Back here on the right side, Toropchenko trying to play it around back behind the net. Logan Stanley picks it up then for Winnipeg. Feeding a pass up to the neutral zone, stolen back then by the Jets. Kyrou trying to play it over and intercepted quickly at center ice. Sandberg stolen back then by Falk, who clears it back into the St. Louis end. Stanley down low then for DeMello, who banks it up and out of the zone. And rushing it now the other way through the zone is Mark Scheifele. Scheifele feeds it over. A shot from Vilardi and a save there by Binnington. Gabe Vilardi, his first game back since March 23rd. He returns to the lineup here tonight for the Jets. Here's Connor, down low, in front, and the Blues quickly intercept. Here's Buchnevich now the other way. Banks it off down low into the zone. On the right side now, it's Morrissey, played up to DeMello, over then for Vilardi to Morrissey. Morrissey down the right side to Connor. Connor sends it down low. Thomas battling now with Scheifele on the right side. Snuggerud with it as Jet just got quickly tied up there down low was Niederreiter, and there was no call in front. Connor, a shot! He scores! Kyle Connor in front on Binnington, and Winnipeg is up 1-0 early. A missed call there is made up anyhow as Kyle Connor gets the Jets on the board. It's 1-0. As I haven't even updated the stream yet. And just like that, Appleton gets tied up down low. And then as a result, the puck comes out in front. Connor's right there, wires that one past Jordan Binnington. And Winnipeg has the 1-0 lead here very early on into the first period. Face-off now again at center ice. It's won by the Blues. Broberg dumps it down low into the zone. That's Kyle Connor's 4th playoff goal of these playoffs. It's cleared into the St. Louis end and icing there against the Jets here early on. All right. Allow me to pull up this. Perfect. All right, what's up, everybody? Just opening the chat right now. What's up, Spencer Tim? What's up, Florida Panthers fan? Puck down low now in the corner. Sundqvist plays it around behind the net. It's Lowry who feeds it up to the zone and cleared down the other way. Pionk sends it back into the corner. Broberg with it along the right side. Stolen back then by the Blues. They'll redirect it in. Dumped in by Texier now. Back then for DeMello behind the net. Through the zone now into center ice. It'll be Barron around the right side. Sundqvist gives it over then through the zone as Ryan Suter will come back and regroup. Suter, longtime NHL defenseman, playing in his however many games he's played. He's played a lot of them in his career. Barron through the zone now. Sends a pass up into the zone now. Tanev a shot, and he fans on the puck now on the right side. Played back over then by St. Louis. It's directed back into the Jets' end. Regrouping down low is DeMello. Back then around Morrissey. Kept in the zone by St. Louis. Down low. Kyrou in front. It's directed back to the right side. Stolen back then by the Jets. As Winnipeg will regroup with that puck around now the left side. And look for options. It's cleared back down low by the Blues. DeMello now takes it behind the net. Plays it back down low on the right side. Schenn picks it up. Throws it in front. Parayko shoots it. Deflected just wide. Back here now on the right side. Schenn kicks it up then for Niederreiter. Around the left side now. Down low in the corner. Puck is tied up along the bench side. And it breaks free for St. Louis. Parayko with some room. Shoots it. Deflected. Save in front. And the rebound is missed. Thomas to Parayko. Another shot. And he shoots that one back into the corner. Along the right side. Tropchenko a shot. And that one also goes wide. Blues pressuring here late. Parayko a shot. Tipped in front. They score! A tip in front there from, I think it might have been Nathan Walker. And we're tied at 1. An unexpected name there as St. Louis gets on the board. We're tied up here early, and this is already a thriller. So St. Louis with some very early pressure here after the Kyle Connor goal. They say, nope, you ain't getting anything on us like that just yet. And David Perron with the goal there. Or sorry, Nathan Walker with the tip in front from the David Perron goal. Ties the game up at 1. Back now on the right side, cleared around down low. Justin Falk with it. Taken back down low. Falk behind the net. Through the zone now. Banked off the boards. And Hellebuck now down low then for Sandberg. Sandberg through the right side. Cleared back in then by St. Louis. Down low now. Hellebuck will go out to play the puck. And they'll regroup. As I'm still getting ready here. It's 1-1 here. Shots are 3-2 in favor of St. Louis about 5 minutes in. Puck cleared back down low on the right side. Perfetti picks it up now in the corner. Sends it around then up to the point. DeMello back down low around. Then for Stanley. Stanley down low. Cleared around then on the right side. Texier sends it up in front. Through the zone now. It's into for Boldu, who just clears it back down low into the zone. Sorry about that. Just had to get that set up. Got that all done. On the right side now, Iafallo trying to bank it off the boards, and St. Louis will just take it back now and regroup in their own end. Puck is cleared back down the other way. Stanley moves it around now behind the net. Will backhand it off the boards and through the zone then for Kyle Connor. Connor backhands it now down low. Snuggerud battling with Scheifele. Kicked around then over for Nathan Walker. Through the zone as it's cleared out to center ice, and regrouping now is Winnipeg. Through the zone, Scheifele picks up that puck. Feeds it back to Connor. Connor down low, circles around to the point. Morrissey over a shot, and blocked in front there quickly by Parayko. On the right side, St. Louis tries breaking it out the other way. It's cleared all the way back down low and into the St. Louis end. Leddy will get that one back for Bennington on the right side. Kyrou through the zone. Schenn back to Kyrou. Drops it back for Neighbors. Neighbors will send it around. Kept in the zone. Scheifele. A huge hit there from Schenn on Scheifele, and the Jets did not like that. And they'll blow the whistle as everybody collides in, as Scheifele was just hit there hard by Braden Schenn. And the only one that's on the ground right now is currently Schenn. And the Jets did not like that. And there will be a penalty here. It might not even be on Schenn. As that whole arena stood up there right away and started yelling at Schenn for that hit, and more specifically, I guess, the refs. And, of course, they put it to commercial right away. Okay, all right. Let me put up my streaming card since it's a new game, and I had, like, 0 time in between the start of my last stream and the start of this one. Again, this series is 3-2 in favor of, or 2-2 in favor of nobody as it's tied. Jets are looking to take a 3-2 series lead back home, while the Blues look to continue this run they've been on since Game 3 and try and win it back at home in 6. And Montreal, that being said, has been knocked out of the Stanley Cup playoffs with that loss to Washington. So there will be a video here tonight on that. Watch With Nordic standings and record. This is our 5th time streaming the Winnipeg Jets this season. We are 4-0 when we stream Winnipeg. They're one of the few teams that is undefeated in these live commentaries. And then as for the Blues, this is our 6th time. They are 2-3 when we live stream them. So, I don't know. It's looking like if you put your bets on it here, it's going to be a Winnipeg win. If I was a betting man, I am not a betting man, but if I was, I would put my bet on Winnipeg just because of my luck. And, oh, there's a lot of calls. Tanev gets 2 for roughing. Schenn gets 2 for roughing. Scheifele gets 2 for roughing. It will amount to a Winnipeg power play. So the Jets will go to the power play here early on in this third period. 13:48 left. Thank you all for tuning in so far. I appreciate it. All right, Jets power play now coming up. They were talking about things through, and it'll be a Winnipeg power play as Tanev will only be in the box, and a Jets power play now coming up. Face-off, won by the Blues. Played back to the point on the right side and cleared all the way down the other way. Down low now, it's Perfetti. Perfetti drops it back for Josh Morrissey. Morrissey will send it back then through the zone as Connor will take it. Kyle Connor to Scheifele. To Perfetti, who sends it down low and stolen back by the Blues and cleared. And here's some boos here from the crowd as they wanted a penalty on, I think it was Parayko. Morrissey then to Perfetti. Drop back then for Connor. Connor through the neutral zone to Scheifele. To Perfetti, who throws it up to Morrissey. Morrissey thrown back down low. Connor with the puck. Holds it. In front, Perfetti, a shot on Binnington. Save there as it goes up and out of play. And here come the Blues. Short-handed. Walker into the zone with Sundqvist. Over. Saved by Hellebuck. If that even got on net. Perfetti now the other way. 3-on-2 for the Jets. And they blow it dead off of a penalty. And Sundqvist took a rough hit there. He might be some blood on the play there as well. He went on and touched his face. And I think there might be something coming here. The refs are talking, as tensions are definitely getting a little bit crazy here in this one. It's absolute chaos here so far already. And Winnipeg penalty, yeah. Off the stick of Hellebuck. Wow. So there will be a penalty there for Winnipeg for, I think, embellishment. And it'll be 4-on-4 for a little bit here. And then followed up by a St. Louis power play for only a minute or two. Nothing too crazy there. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's super laggy. I just closed a bunch of stuff on my computer. Hopefully that helps. And it looks like there's another penalty. Something is happening right now with this game already. All right. So they, oh my God. So there's already 5 players in the box combined. 2 in the Jets box and then 3 in the Blues box. It's already been one of those nights, folks. It's already been one of those nights. So there will be no, it's still a power play for the Jets. They just didn't call anything. Very interesting. Iafallo throws it around to the point to Connor. Connor on the right side to Morrissey. Morrissey to Scheifele. To Morrissey. To Connor! And he doesn't shoot it. Connor still with it, though. Over to Scheifele. Scheifele to Morrissey. To Connor, a shot! And goes just wide of the net. Cleared out of the zone then by St. Louis. Picked up quickly then by the Jets. Connor through the zone now on the right side. It's blown dead for an offsides against Winnipeg. And with 4:30 left in the Battle of Florida, it looks like the Panthers are going to advance over Tampa Bay and barring a late comeback there. So that's a wrap for that series as well, as Florida will move on and play one of Toronto or Ottawa. The Eastern Conference is damn near finalized, while all of the series in the West are going to take at least 6 games. Face-off one here now by the Jets. Pionk comes back and regroups in his own end. About halfway through this first period. Pionk through center ice. Sends a pass over then for Appleton now down low. Behind the net, Toropchenko shoots it around. Blues get it. Parayko through the zone. A pass up as it's tipped down low into the Jets' end. Down low now is Sandberg. Sends a pass up then for Nemestikov. Through the zone down the right side. Shoots it. Save there again by Binnington. And Florida scores an empty net goal. That series is done. Shot from the point. Sandberg in front. Niederreiter scores! Nino Niederreiter. And the Jets have a 2-1 lead. A tip in front from a Dylan Sandberg shot, and Nino Niederreiter puts the Jets ahead by 1. And you needed that one there if you're Winnipeg to set yourself ahead. And just like that, Niederreiter with the tip goal in front. If that even went off of him. And the Jets have a 2-1 lead. Missed me last game for which one? The Jets? Yeah, I know I couldn't do it on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Has it been that long since they played? Oh my God. That's Niederreiter's first of the series, his 17th career playoff goal. And the Jets have a 1-0 lead here early on, or in the middle frame of this first period. Scheifele battling now with Iafallo on the right side. Parayko up to Kyrou, who sends a pass through. Neighbors going down low with DeMello on the right side. Sent up through the neutral zone. Picked up then again by the Jets. Scheifele hit off there by Falk. And taken back down low. Thrown around then by Shen on the right side. Picked up then by Iafallo, who sends it back down low. Behind the net, Broberg battling with Scheifele back to Connor. Connor tries throwing it in front, stolen back then by the Blues. Played down the other way. Falk through the zone. Dekes it around and stolen back then by Winnipeg, and they'll regroup down low. Morrissey to Pionk. DeMello holds it off. Morrissey circles back around. Shots are 5-4 now in favor of the Jets since that goal by St. Louis. Parayko back down low on the right side. Tries clearing around now the other way. They do so successfully. Through the zone now down low. It's Tanev. And stolen back all the way down now the other way. And the Blues regroup. Back now behind the net. Fowler hit by Tanev. Thrown in front. Saved by Binnington on Barron. And some pushing and shoving there. And lots of fighting and punching. And yep. Seems about right as Stanley is picking it with Snuggerud. And still some pushing and shoving. This series has really boiled over. As, I mean, it's pretty clear that these teams don't like each other. I don't think I'm rustling any feathers saying that. But, oh my lord, throughout this game already, it's been just utter chaos. Thank you all for tuning in as we are through like an insane portion here in this one. We are going to have some updates on the good old playoff board at the first intermission. 2 series will have wrapped up. And a first round matchup will be determined. So that'll be a lot of fun to preview here in a little bit. I must say this, we will be live for Game 6 of this series. So I do want to tell you guys that to keep it in mind. We will be live for that game of the series. So we're not done here yet in terms of the Watch With Nordic live streams for this series at the very least. I probably wouldn't be live for Game 7 if there is one. But hey, if there is a Game 5, I will be, or a Game 6, I will be there and prepared for it. And by the way, thank you everybody for the support in the last 2 streams. We are on a 1,000 view streak. We have 2 streams in a row now that I've met over 1,000 views, which is a little bit rare on the channel. We're seeming to make it more common now here in the playoffs, but it's only happened twice during the regular season. One of them wasn't even an NHL game. So it's insane the amount of times it's happened since. But thank you all so much. I really appreciate all the support. All right, so St. Louis power play coming up after that tussle. And we'll see what comes up here next. And we got some updates to make to the playoff board as two teams have been bounced and a first-round matchup has been previewed now for the second round. So we'll talk about that here a little bit in the intermission break. But we still got a whole half of a first period here to play between the Jets and the Blues. And, well, that's that, as Battle of Florida will end up going out in 5 games, and it will head to Florida. Tampa Bay, even with home ice advantage here now, they still can't beat Florida in the third straight year these two teams have played. They won it in 2022, but not in 2024. And they won't get it this year either. So, stinks there if you are a Lightning fan, but obviously not ideal. Anywho, let's get ready for a Blues power play. Face-off won by St. Louis. At the point now, Fowler a shot, and that one deflects just wide of the net. Down low now, Snuggerud. To Buchnevich on the right side. To Thomas. Thomas moves in, cleared down the other way then by the Jets pretty easily. And they'll regroup down low now in the St. Louis end. Buchnevich through the zone. Thomas as St. Louis teeks it in. Cleared out then by Lowry on a good clearing attempt. 1:20 left now on the St. Louis power play. Through the zone, it's dumped in. DeMello down low. Cleared all the way down the other way, and good kill there by Winnipeg here already halfway through. Down low now, Justin Falk. Takes the puck now the other way. Falk will drop it back then for Kyrou. Kyrou through the zone. Down the right side, cleared all the way around and up to the point then for Sundqvist. Back down low. Up to the point, Texier to Sundqvist, to Falk. To Neighbors, who gets knocked down, and Jets will clear it. And the Blues wanted another penalty, but they won't get one here, unfortunately, as they'll regroup here in their own zone. 30 seconds left on the St. Louis man advantage. Not a whole lot of opportunities, and they really can't even get it into the zone. On the right side now, tip back down low, Pionk. Taking it down now the other way, and hit there by Sundqvist. Are they going to call that? And no, they will not. Wow. He got clearly high-sticked in the face, but no call. Weird. All right, well, that'll do it for the St. Louis power play. Here come the Jets now the other way. Down low into the zone. Toropchenko battling forward here now on the right side. Down low, Leddy. Picked up there for the Blues, who banks it off the boards now all the way down and into the Jets' end. Fighting at center ice, Niederreiter. For Appleton, back to Niederreiter on the right side, who sends it back behind the net. For Toropchenko on the right side. Picked up then by the Jets. A shot! And a glove save there by Binnington. Played now down low. Niederreiter. Up to the point then, Morrissey. Over DeMello, a shot tipped in front and blocked by the Blues. Here comes Walker now the other way. Will just bank it off the boards and down low into the Jets' end. Toropchenko down low. Battling here in the corner is now Thomas with Niederreiter. 7 minutes left here in the first period. It's still 2-1 in favor of the Jets. Puck is still in the corner as time continues to wind down. Niederreiter through the zone now. It's cleared all the way back down and into the St. Louis end as Ryan Suter will regroup behind his own net. Falk with the puck, banks it off the boards then for Thomas. Thomas through the zone, intercepted. Jets will play it out to center ice, and they'll regroup. Banking it off the boards now on the right side. Kyrou in the St. Louis end as the Jets will play it. Picked up then by the Blues. Sundqvist dumps it into the zone. And Hellebuck will go out of his net to play it. Back over then for Sandberg. And cleared out of their own zone. And a broken stick there for Fowler as he'll go to the bench and get one. And Broberg will take it back then for the St. Louis Blues on the right side. Through the zone, a shot blocked in front there as Hellebuck plays it back down low. Slid up then and out of the zone for St. Louis, and they'll regroup. Falk to Sundqvist. Sundqvist on the right side will dump it down low into the zone behind the net. Picked up now Nemesnikov. 2-on-2 the other way. Nemesnikov gets around Suter. Throws it in front. Perfetti, and he can't get it past Binnington on the right side. Puck taken back then by the Blues. It's Texier trying to move it through the zone. He'll clear it back down low. Back now here in the corner. Puck slides out in front and cleared out quickly then by the Jets. 3-on-3. Nemesnikov will just clear it in to get a line change. Iafallo, though, comes in on the rush with Falk, battling now on the right side. To the point, Sandberg. A shot! And saved by Binnington. He doesn't know where it is. And puck goes to the corner. Lowry to Sandberg. He shoots it over then for Appleton. Appleton with plenty of room. To the point. Pionk to Sandberg. Back to Pionk. Down low. Behind the net, Niederreiter in front. And St. Louis gets control back again and will clear it out of the zone. Battling with it now is the Jets along the right side. Appleton battling forward here, intercepted quickly and back down low into the St. Louis end. Leddy then for Kyrou. Kyrou threw it into the zone to Thomas. Thomas, pass in front, just wide for Pavel Buchnevich. Or sorry, Torpchenko. Why did I think that was Buchnevich? Down the other way now, Barron racing forward. It's taken back then by Fowler first. Shots are 7-4. Zachary Bolduc took a rough hit there. And he's on the bench hurting, it looks like. 4:24. We are 2-1 Jets lead. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Face-off coming now inside of the Jets' end. Be Barron versus Shen. And it's won by the Blues. Along the right side, Broberg gets tied up, sent down behind the net then by Neighbors. Falk can't keep it in the zone. Jets will race for it, but it's picked back up then by St. Louis. Through the zone, they bank it back down low. Sandberg picks it up. Back now around behind the net. And quickly intercepted as Blues will try and clear. Kept in, though, by the Jets. Breaking it now down the other way into the zone. Racing forward here is Niederreiter, who sends it back down low for Barron. Stolen back then by St. Louis quickly. Shen back for Kyrou. Kyrou sends Thomas. Thomas into the zone. Through Pionk. And circles back around and pass up to the point. And the Blues can't keep it in. What a play there from Robert Thomas in front. Back around the right side. It's cleared back down low. And it's cleared back all the way down into the St. Louis end. And an icing there against the Jets. Showing off Scott Arniel in his first season as the Jets head coach. We haven't gotten the Jack Adams award leaderboard yet, but I'm sure he will be on that list. If he is, and I will be in shock if I'm being completely honest with you guys. So this is now the only game that is going on here in the Stanley Cup playoffs tonight, as the other two just wrapped up. Two of them were series clinching games for Florida and Tampa Bay, which we will update here in the first intermission. Along the right side, it's played up then for Scheifele to Connor. Kyle Connor into the zone, shoots it, and it goes out of play. And 3:09 left here in the first period. It is 2-1 Jets here in Game 5. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you are new here in the chat, please do consider subscribing. We've got a great community here on the channel. We are going live for Jets versus Blues Game 6, which will be live in St. Louis. So stay tuned for that. I'm really looking forward to that series and that deciding game because those are always very entertaining, those series clinching games. And they always do very good on the channel too. So that's a positive as well. All right, before I forget again, let me actually update this real quick. Keep forgetting to update the video board. 2-1 Winnipeg. Goals from Niederreiter and Connor for the Jets, and then Nathan Walker picked up one for the Blues. Face-off coming here now. It's 8-4 in the shots in favor of the Jets. 3:09 left here in the first period. Connor Hellebuck with a decent performance here so far. He just said in the press conference that he's studied a lot and studied very hard on playoff hockey and is looking forward to hopefully closing this series out in the next 2 games. Big hit in front there for Scheifele, who's taken a lot of hits here tonight. That time from Radek Faksa. Fowler feeds a pass up to Robchenko through the zone, banked off the boards now on the right side, taken back then by St. Louis, and the play is blown dead for offsides with some subtle pushing and shoving once again. I mean, you can tell very clearly these teams are just not a fan of each other. That has become abundantly clear here tonight. All right. Perfect. That's all done. Just what I wanted to do real quick. All right. Face-off coming here now at center ice. Shots are 8-4 still. And they blow that one dead immediately. It'll be Nemesnikov versus Sundqvist. Sundqvist has definitely caused some drama here already. Face-off now won by the Jets. Played down low. It's Stanley who banks it off the boards now down the other way. Through the zone now. Sundqvist with it. Around the right side then. Perfetti. Battling down low. It's picked up then by the Blues. Boldu will clear it down the other way. 2 minutes left in the first period. Down low now. Texier with it. Back around behind the net. And kicked over then by Sundqvist and through the zone. Regrouping now in the St. Louis end is Suter back to Leddy. 2 minutes left here now in this first period. It's 2-1 Winnipeg. Here's Neighbors who dumps it down low into the Jets zone. In the corner, Stanley battling for it. Along the right side, Kyrou. Pass up to the point. Broberg circles around to Kyrou. Back to Broberg who shoots it. And blocked in front and goes wide. Falk now down low. Along the right side, back up to the point. Puck is kept in, though, by St. Louis. Or maybe not, it was offsides. And some pushing and shoving here now as tensions continue to boil over some more. Go Jets. Love to hear that. Podcast partner Carter is there right now. Shout out to Carter. He's currently right there in the Jets whiteout crowd. Can't really see him, though, because he's in the back. Ooh. Face-off here now, won by the Blues. In the zone now. Neighbors will clear it in. Back down low now. Pionk tries clearing it out. At the point then, kept up then by the Blues. Broberg, a shot! And it goes wide. Down low now along the right side. Here comes Winnipeg. Through the zone. Niederreiter clears it in. Back down low then is Appleton who sends it around. Falk will battle for it with there as well. And he'll pick it up again here now behind the net. Last minute of play in the first period. Blues looking to tie it up here late. Buchnevich to Thomas, who banks it down low into the zone. Morrissey now in the corner. Back to Buchnevich, who sends it around behind the net. Back in front and blocked there by DeMello. On the right side, Thomas will move it around now and skate it through the zone. Shoots it and it goes just above the net and down low. Up to the point. Parayko, a shot saved by Hellebuck. What a stop from Connor Hellebuck with his first shot there. He's faced in a little bit. Here come the Jets. Velarde into the zone. Fans on the pass. And picked up then by the Blues the other way. 10 seconds to go. They'll make one last push. 3-on-2. Snuggerud a shot. Just wide. Down low in front. Glove saved by Hellebuck. With 5.3 left on the clock. All right, face-off coming here now. They add some more time to the clock. It's won by the Jets. Pionk will hold it along the right side. And that'll do it for period number 1 from Canada Life Center. 2 goals from the Jets, 1 goal from the Blues. It is 2-1 Winnipeg at the end of 1 period of play. That being said, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do, and we'll be back for the start of the second period momentarily. And that being said, let's set up the playoff board here real quick. So stick around. We're going to do a state of the NHL playoffs now. So let me move my chair and we can set that up here real quick. All right. Just checking Instagram and stuff here real quick. All right, let's do the playoff board. So let me move my chair out of the way over here. Let's pull over the board over to here. Told you it would be Caps in 5. There you go, Slick Nick. Attaboy. All right, well, that being said, let's give this good old board a little bit of an update. So, as you can tell, it's a pretty bad way of doing it, but, you know, kind of don't really have a choice. All right, as you can tell, Canadians and Caps, that wrapped up. So we can take the Canadians there off the board as all the stuff doesn't come off, of course, because it's been on there for so long. And they are now eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs. So Montreal, goodbye. And that being said, that means that the Washington Capitals will take on the Carolina Hurricanes in the second round of the playoffs. So as you can tell, we'll Stick them right there. And they will take on the Canes in round 2 of that series here now. And then as well as that too, the Battle of Florida wrapped up as the Panthers defeated the Lightning to my bracket's demise in 5 games. So Lightning come off the board there too. Peace out, Tampa Bay. You will be missed. And then Florida will take on one of either Toronto or Ottawa in the second round there as well. So let me just erase this real quick. I'm going to update this so I have more room on the board to put my stuff back on here. And then Florida won 4-1 over Tampa Bay. All right. Well, that being said, that's your little playoff wrap up. Again, there's a couple of series that can be determined here tomorrow. Oilers Kings can be finalized tomorrow if the Blues win that one if the Oilers win that one in 6. Same for the Stars and Avalanche. That series can be wrapped up there as well. And then Vegas and Minnesota, I think they all play tomorrow. Do they? Is that correct? Do all of them play tomorrow? Is there 4 games tomorrow? Hang on a second. Because I'm not streaming tomorrow. I didn't look at tomorrow. Yeah, all 4 of them are tomorrow. So we could have literally the entire second round possibly finalized by Friday. So that's a possibility there. But you guys know there's going to be a 7th game in some of these series. Not all of these are going to end in 6. You know there's going to be a 7-game series here in at least one of these. And if there isn't, I will be extremely disappointed. But regardless, that is your playoff board update. We'll be back at the end, just to update Jets and Winnipeg. And then, yeah, let me get rid of this line. I don't know why that's there. All right. That being said, let's move everything back and get this set up. As the board almost fell on top of me. All right, where's my chair? Don't even know where my chair's at. Oh, no. Don't fall over, please, I beg. All right. And then move these over here. Take these off. I got to remove these from the my little pennants over here. I have a pennant wall that you guys can't see of all of the series on my walls over here. So that's just something fun I like to do. That being said, Caps will play the Canes. And Florida will wait for their first round opponent to either be Toronto or Ottawa. As that is also finalized there as well. All right, perfect. And that's a wraps for that. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Had to update that really quick. All right. Go to hell, Montreal. Go Bruins. Way to go, Caps. Did your job. Unlike the Bruins, who will never do theirs, and like we'll never will again. Sends in 7. Have that gut feeling. So do I. I have that gut feeling that's going. It's going at least 7. I don't know if it maybe ends in, whatever, but I think it goes at least 7. All right. So let's get ready for the start of the second. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back, guys. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you are new here, please do consider subscribing. This stream so far, doing pretty good. I'd like to see that. So thank you guys very much. I will be right back, and we'll get ready for the second period in about 10 minutes or so. All right. Keep the Canada winless streak going. Huh. I mean, after the Canadians have been bounced, there's what? 1, 2, 3 Canadian teams left. And after after the Toronto Ottawa series concludes, there will only be 2. Oh wait, no, 3. Sorry, I forgot the Oilers existed. My apologies. All right, I gotta make the just do these last couple, and then I gotta make the clip of the Nathan Walker goal because that's the only one that I got. All right, let me do this. Pull up the chat on my YouTube feed. It is. It is almost time for more hockey. Huh. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm tired too. I haven't been sleeping a ton these last couple of days. All right, second period coming up here in a little bit. Thank you, everybody who has stuck around here during this intermission. We'll get ready for the start of the second period here momentarily. What's up, Mike? How we doing? Since the Abs haven't won shit, won't be winning this year's either, and for that, I'll be sleeping real good tonight. I'm sure you will be. All right. Start of the second coming up here in a minute. Oh my god, my clock is way off. Good lord. Oh, it's actually not that far off. Never mind. Just the stream is off. Canadians are returning to greatness. Young team and a great goalie. Let's go Blues. All right, let's lock in here for the second period. First period recap goals from Kyle Connor, Nathan Walker, and Nino Niederreiter make this a 2-1 game in favor of the Winnipeg Jets here in the second period. All right, that's all done. So let's get ready for the start of the third now. All right. Sister was born in 93, was just the last time the Habs won the Cup. Habs have been cursed since your mom started having kids. Your mom started the curse. Book it. I started the curse for the Anaheim Ducks. They haven't won a Cup since I was born. So, do I have any other siblings? Yes, I have a younger sister. And then the rest of them are like step siblings. So like I have a stepsister, like 3 stepbrothers. Insane. All right. Here we go. Start of the second period here now from Canada Life Center. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Just updating this real quick. 10 minutes. Gotta take a shower. Oh. Okay. Nasty Canada. Sounds good. Who's your favorite NHL team? I am primarily a Flyers fan, but I mean, generally, you guys know me. I commentate all 32 teams. I'm not like biased in here or anything. Probably because like none of the Flyers' big rivals are in the playoffs, so you know I have nothing against them. Anywho, all right, second period here, ready to get underway live in Winnipeg. Will the Blues tie it, or will the Jets control their lead even more and take home a Game 5 win? Let's find out. Second period is underway here. Face-off won by the Jets. Morrissey played back then for DeMello. DeMello now sends a pass to the neutral zone. Connor gets hit off then by Buchnevich. Through the zone now. Snuggerud will shoot it back down low and into the corner. On the right side, Thomas battling down low. Snuggerud fighting here with Pionk. DeMello down low as well. Banking it off the boards now, Nemesnikov. Through the zone, Connor bounces it off the boards, and they'll regroup here at center ice. Along the right side, it's cleared back down low for Cam Fowler as he takes it behind the St. Louis net. Fowler through the zone, then to Schenn. Mark Scheifele is not on the bench for Winnipeg. Down low now, Kyrou battling with Sandberg. Puck is slid back down low. Pionk with it. Sends a pass all the way through and into the Winnipeg zone. Down low now, it's Bennington who sends it around. To the right side. Lowry feeds it over then for Sandberg. Sandberg to the point. Pionk shot! And it goes wide. Played around the right side. Neighbors try sending a pass up. Kept in though by Jets. As somebody just lost a helmet there and they had to get off the ice. Along now the right side. Iafallo back then for Pionk. Through the zone down the right side. Appleton. Appleton getting it now and regrouping here in the zone. Appleton shoots it. And cleared then there by Walker. Jets will regroup now on their own end. Through the zone now. It's taken in down the right side. We get a whistle here. And a penalty coming against the Blues. It'll be a Jets power play. And Justin Falk will go to the box. And the Jets will get their second power play of the game here tonight. So Winnipeg will head to the power play, folks. So Jets power play without Mark Scheifele. They are 2 for 13 on the power play this series. Not particularly ideal, I must say. Not the greatest you want to see from that. But I guess we'll see how this power play can play out without Scheifele. If they score, I don't know. Maybe you got to change things up. Face-off one here then by the Jets up to the point. They can't keep it in the zone. Racing for it, shorthanded is Buchnevich, but Morrissey gets there first. Morrissey now back behind the net. Jets will now regroup in their own zone as Morrissey skates it around the net multiple times. A pass up then for Velarde. Drops it back then for Connor. Connor to Velarde. Velarde through the zone now will redirect it back down low. Thrown up to the point. Morrissey with that puck. Over for Perfetti. To Morrissey. Morrissey down low, Perfetti. To Nemesnikov. Nemesnikov to Connor. To Nemesnikov. To Connor. Up to the point, Morrissey. Morrissey in front, a shot. And it goes wide. In the zone, Perfetti battling for it. Puck will slide all the way out and back into the Jets' end with about halfway through the power play. Shots are 9-6 in favor of the Jets. Regrouping now is Velarde. Why did I say it's third? And nobody pointed it out to me. My bad. Connor regroups now inside the Winnipeg zone. Back now with it is Pionk as they get the second unit out there on the ice. Through the zone now. It's passed down the right side for Iafallo. A shot saved by Binnington. Down now in the zone. Shorthanded the other way is Walker, who will just chip it down low into the zone. 20 seconds left here on the Winnipeg power play. Pionk through the defensive end. Pionk through the zone to Appleton. Appleton now down the right side. Back in the corner now for Barron. Up to the point then for Pionk. And stolen back quickly there by St. Louis. 3-on-2 the other way, shorthanded. Here's Fowler. Fowler into the zone. Toropchenko loses control of the puck. And battling for it now down low with Pionk as he gets knocked down there. And penalty is killed. Jets are now 2 for 14 in the series overall after having the best power play in the National Hockey League in the regular season. 16 minutes left here in this second period. Pionk now behind the net. Looking for options here in the Jets' end. Sandberg sends a pass into the St. Louis zone. Tanev gets tied up there down low by Suter. Parayko battling forward here now. Puck comes free and Blues will break it out the other way. Through the zone now it's Shen. Takes it through Sandberg's feet. Now battling down low in the corner. Puck is played around then as it's chipped out by Lowry and they'll race for it the other way. It goes in on Neighbors, who makes the hit. Tanev picks it up now. Loses his feet. And back now behind the net. Picked up by the Blues. Jets steal it back. Tanev a shot. Deflected. And goes just wide. Behind the net then. Over then for... To the point then for Dolan. Back to DeMello. DeMello for Connor. Connor moves in. Down low. Nemestikov in front. Connor a drive. And the puck is poke-checked out of the zone. Sandberg at the point. Feeds it to an upcoming Velarde now down low. Slid up then to Kyrou, who banks it off the boards and gets it out of the zone then for St. Louis. DeMello to Connor. Connor banks it off the boards. It's cleared all the way down the other way. Racing for it now is the Blues. Down low it's Boldu. Battling with Sandberg. Boldu picks it up for St. Louis. Circles around, shoots it, and blocked in front there by a Jet. At center ice now, it's Broberg who gets it and regroups now for St. Louis. Through the zone, Sundqvist will take it in front Boldu and can't get the pass off there. 14 minutes left here in the second period. Through the zone now, it's cleared down low into the Jets' end. The Blues' end. Falk now behind the St. Louis net will hold it there for a couple of seconds, and as time continues to wind down, puck slides out in front. Iafallo throws it up to the point, and there's literally nobody there. And here come the Blues. Thomas into the zone. Feeds it over. Kyrou! He scores! Jimmy Snuggerud, I'm pretty sure. His second of the playoffs. I thought it was Kyrou in front, but I was wrong. And we have a tie game. Jimmy Snuggerud with his second goal of the playoffs here tonight. And St. Louis ties this game up at 2 apiece. And I thought that was Kyrou on the right side because it was Thomas carrying it into the zone. But Snuggerud throws that one past Hellebuck. That's one that he probably should have. But the Blues tie it here up at 2. That's his second career playoff goal and his 5th career playoff game. A shot there from the right side is cleared around to the left end. At the point now, it's picked up then by St. Louis. 3-on-3 the other way. Through the zone, Thomas to Buchnevich. Back to Thomas. Over then for Kyrou, and he can't finish that one. And chip back down low. Here come the Jets now the other way. 3-on-3. They dump it down low into the zone. Battling here now on the right side. Puck comes up then for St. Louis. Here's Buchnevich. Through the zone with Snuggerud and Leddy. Sends it up to Leddy. He can't exactly control it, and puck is played back up to the point, and the Blues will regroup. Fowler through the zone. Cam Fowler taking it in on the right side. Down low now, Walker trying to bank it around the boards. Feeds it up then for Velarde on the right side. For Morrissey, back then dropped down low by Connor, and St. Louis will regroup. Shots are 10-7 in favor of the Jets, but 4 goals through this game so far, 2 of them for each side. Sandberg slides a pass up then for Connor. Connor on the right side, backhands it back down low. Bennington plays it around behind the net. Up to the point. Sandberg to Pionk. Back to Sandberg, a shot. Save in front. It's kicked out and picked back up then by the Jets again. Velarde to Connor to Pionk. Moves in and tied up there. Sends a pass over in front and picked up again by Connor. Back down low. Up in front. Connor shoots it. And it goes wide. Pionk to the point to Sandberg. Back to Pionk. He shoots it. Blocked in front and picked up then by the Blues. It'll be kept in by Winnipeg. Bennington will go around to play it. And still kept in by the Jets. Pionk down low for Connor. Connor to the point. Pionk over. A shot! And denied by Bennington there off of a Velarde redirect. Played back down low behind the net. Fowler taking it now for St. Louis. To Parayko then. Back up through the zone as Radek Faksa will dump that one down low into the zone. Jets will get it right back. They've been controlling play here for the last couple of minutes. Puck is cleared down and into the St. Louis end. Falk will dump it down the other way. And no icing there once again. Tanev skates it around behind the net, then back for Barron, who sends it up then through the zone. Racing for it now down low. Jared Anderson Dolan through the zone. Dolan trying to feed it in front. And a battle now on the right side. Barron will shoot it back down low. Tanev sends it around back behind the net. On the right side now, DeMello with it now in the corner. Puck comes out then and cleared out of the zone by the Blues. And the Jets will have to regroup here. No icing. DeMello feeds a pass up. Here come the Jets. A shot. Glove saved by Bennington on Iafallo. That looked close. He might have been offside on that play. That looked very close. Still tied at 2 with a Jimmy Snuggerud game-tying goal here in the second period. Thank you all for tuning in so far. I appreciate it. Whew. Thank you all. Go Blues. Yes, sir, Joe Milla. Still in commercial break. All right, face-off coming here yet again, showing off the Four Nations face-off where Jordan Bennington obviously won the Four Nations Cup over a guy in Connor Hellebuck. Face-off now here, won by St. Louis, down low. Fowler backhands it out of the zone. 3-on-2 now for St. Louis. Thomas banks it into the zone. Buchnevich racing for it down low in the corner. It's played back then behind the net. Down low then Robert Thomas. To the point to Fowler. Fowler then for Snuggerud, who regroups around in the zone himself. Snuggerud tries sending it back then up to the point. Fowler waits, will throw it down low back again. DeMello for Morrissey. Morrissey banks it off the boards now and kicked back in then by the Jets. Lowry through the zone now. Will move it in and backhands it down low into the corner. Robert Thomas with it now behind the net. Played up through the zone and picked up by St. Louis. Here's Snuggerud through the zone. In with Thomas and can't get the pass over just in time. Here's Nemesnikov. 2-on-1 in the zone. Nemesnikov to Pionka's shot. And it goes into Binnington's glove. Oh, my Lord. Jordan Binnington with the glove save there on a 3-on-1 for Winnipeg. He's staying clutch here and keeping the Blues in this one for sure. There's no doubt about that. Face off now here inside of the St. Louis end as the Jets are looking to take a 3-2 lead here in this series back to St. Louis. I guess both teams are at that. Face off won by Winnipeg. Played on the right side. Through the zone now. It's Niederreiter down the right side. Thrown back up to the point. Pionk slides it over. Sandberg tipped in front by Dolan and goes all the way out of play. And we're tied at 2 here through the halfway mark of this second period. Let's see what the second half of the game has to hold after this commercial.
Official vehicle of the NHL. Hot dessert testing.
Game tied at 2 here in the second period, and Scott, you started this period without Mark Scheifele. Can you give us any update as to why?
Well, obviously it was on that hit, something that we didn't think was very within the rules, let's put it that way. So, it is what it is. Well, you guys got to step up now like we've done all year long.
How do you adjust without him? How do you adjust without him?
Well, he's a hard guy to replace, but we'll see how we are at the end of this period. But great for right now. We got some guys that have to just move up.
All right. Sorry about that. They're texting my Jets fan friend who's at the game and does not know the update of Scheifele. We just found out that because of that hit, Scheifele is not on the bench. We'll have to see. There's plenty of time in the game still if he does end up coming back, but at least as of right now, he is not on that bench for the start of this period and still is not on it now. Face-off won here now by St. Louis. They'll clear it down now through center ice. Neighbors will bank it down low into the zone. Morrissey takes it behind the net then. Picked up on the right side then by Velarde. Morrissey back down low behind the net. Jets pick it up. DeMello through the zone now. Taking back Velarde on the right side. We'll just send it around behind the net. Back for Nemesnikov to Connor. Connor to the point. DeMello a shot. Deflected. They score! In front from, I think, Vladislav Nemesnikov. The directions are what's getting it done here tonight. And the Jets are up 3-2. And I think it might have been on Dylan DeMello. I think it's going to be the call. And they lead 3-2. And the Jets take a 3-2 lead here in the game midway through the second period. It's deflected in front, I think, off of a blue. Oh, yeah, off of Parayko's butt, bro. Oh, my God. That went off of Parayko's booty, I'm pretty sure. Oh, my goodness. All right, face-off here at center ice. Puck is cleared down low and into the St. Louis end. Suter. Played along the right side now down low. Sundqvist. For the zone now, Texier to Boldu. Boldu will get it down low. He's got Stanley alongside him. Doesn't even pick up the puck. And Niederreiter battles forward then with Texier down low. Sundqvist. Back behind the net. Picked up again then now by Colin Miller, who will send a pass up to the neutral zone and dump it back down the other way. Racing for it now is Barron. Barron down low, trying to throw it up to the slot there, and picked up again then by the Jets. Appleton to the point. Pionk over Sandberg, a shot, and blocked there. Texier back with the puck then. Through the zone, it's Sundqvist. Deflecting it down low on the right side. Pionk picks it up. Will bank it off the boards. 2-on-1 now for the Jets. Perfetti into the zone, a pass over, and Lowry can't finish it. Here's another chance. Pionk down low then for Perfetti. Back for Lowry in front. Perfetti a shot. Saved by Binnington. Rebound goes wide. At the point, Sandberg to Pionk. Shoots it. And it goes wide of the net. Perfetti back down low for Iafallo. Throws it in front, and there's nobody there to pick that one up for the Jets. And the Blues will get it out. 3-on-3. Thomas through the zone to Snuggerud, who deflects it down low. Pionk will take it out and clear it down the other way. Regrouping here is Falk, as this Jets crowd is loud here in Winnipeg. Falk through the other way. Dumps it down low into the zone. Morrissey with it back. Around the right side. As it's back in the Winnipeg zone, the Jets will regroup as the camera is just going everywhere. And we get a whistle here for something. I think it might have been icing. I'm not 100% sure, though, on that. Anywho. So, face-off coming out here now on the outside center ice. Thought it was going to be outside the Jet zone, but nope. Shen versus Barron. It's won by Winnipeg. DeMello feeds a pass through the zone. It's cleared into the St. Louis end. At the point, Dolan sends it over at the point. Morrissey a shot, and a stop there from Binnington. So on the hit there from Shen is the reason why Scheifele did not return to the game, as well as that too. He got hit a couple other times in the game as well. He's been getting kind of bitched around here tonight, unfortunately, by the Blues. Face-off coming here now inside the St. Louis end. It'll be Faxa versus Nemesnikov. Walker now in the zone. Won by the Blues. Puck in the corner. Down on the right side now. St. Louis picks it up and clears it to center ice. Toropchenko trying to break it out now the other way. Broke up then by the Jets. Nemesnikov clears it in down low. 6:30 left here in the second period. It's 3-2 Winnipeg. Through the zone. Faxa clears it all the way in. Down low now, Kyrou. Banks it off then for Toropchenko. Down low now, Nemesnikov battling forward as it's still in the corner. And taken back then by Winnipeg. Morrissey through the zone then for Velarde. Taken back then by St. Louis. They'll move it in. Toropchenko with Walker. Shoots it. Saved by Hellebuck in front. And the Jets pull out those players pretty swiftly and pretty easily from interfering with their goaltender there. He says, "Get away from my tendy." Like, share, sub up. The cup is at hand. Yes, it is. I appreciate all of you tuning in for this stream. Face off now coming in the Jets' end. It's Thomas versus Lowry. And it's won by Thomas. Puck at the point. St. Louis looking to tie it here. It's thrown back down low behind the net inside of the Winnipeg zone. Pionk battling forward here now. Over then for Broberg. Broberg to Falk. A shot! Saved by Helly. You're at the Jets game right now when you're on the stream? Why, thank you, Steph Curry. Aura. And a 3-2 lead then for the Winnipeg Jets in the third period. We'll be back in a second. Only difference is you can't rewind an in-person game to sync Nord up with the action. That's the only problem, though, yeah. Because I'm definitely delayed. You can't sync me up with that action, that's for sure. I'm probably good 20 seconds delayed from the in real life. All right. Reigning Vezina winner is pulled after 2 straight games. Of course, Ron Hextall's on that list. Her father. I'm pretty sure she's Ron Hextall's daughter, right? Pionk to Appleton. Down low in the corner. Falk trying to play it around. Appleton to the point. Sandberg to Pionk. A shot! And it deflects out of play there. Kept in the zone, though, by the Jets. Lowry to Sandberg. A shot! And that one is also denied by Binnington, if that even got on him. Puck played out to center ice by St. Louis. Broberg. Through the zone. Will just backhand it down and get a line change off. Down low now is Sandberg. Sandberg now moving it through the zone. Got some room. Takes it a Niederreiter, a drive, and a save by Binnington. Rebound in front. And Appleton can't finish there. He shoots it back down low behind the net. Niederreiter with some room. Over then up to the point then for DeMello. To the right side, Appleton. Sloops it around then for Morrissey. Morrissey to Nemesnikov. Back for Morrissey now down low. On the right side, taken back then by St. Louis. Kept in the zone by the Jets. DeMello to Nemesnikov. Nemesnikov circling around. Shoots it. Glove save by Binnington. All right. Face-off coming here now inside of the St. Louis end. Sorry, guys. I typing a school assignment here really quick. because I kind of forgot to implement that in. It'll be Sundqvist versus Barron. Won by the Jets. DeMello to Morrissey, a shot. Saved by Binnington. And he'll cover up the rebound there, not giving them anything else. Shots are 20-9 in favor of the Jets. It has been all Winnipeg here through a lot of this. Props to Binnington for kind of keeping the Blues half in this. That being said, obviously, Hellebuck with 2 goals on 9 shots. My prediction on my bracket was Vegas, but my bracket now, it's bad. It's bad. I'll show it at the intermission because it's pretty brutal. It's pretty bad. Face off one on the right side, then played down low. Behind the net, then Parayko. Will rush it the other way then for St. Louis down the other way. Behind the net now, it's Hellebuck who throws it around. Down low now. Sundqvist in the corner. Tries throwing it in front. And directed then for Connor, who clears it out. Boldu. Sundqvist will fire it down low. Around to the right side. A shot from Texier. Deflected in front. And goes wide. Boldu. Over then for Broberg. Can't catch the pass. It's cleared back then down low. Jets will get it back then and have some time to regroup. Clearing it all the way down the other way. 3:40 left here in the second period. Through the zone, Connor will shoot it back down low. Sundqvist with it. Banks it off the boards. Back behind the net then for Cam Fowler. Fowler now waits behind the net. And a pass up through the zone then. Taking back Kyrou. Gives it over then for Thomas. Thomas sends it back down low. On the right side. Jets trying to pick it up. It's Iafallo. And battling forward here now on the left side in the Jets' end. 3 minutes left here in this third period. The score is 3-2 in favor of the Jets. A rush now the other way. Iafallo racing with Broberg. Binnington goes out of his net to play it. And sends it around then for the right side. Thomas kept it at the point then by the Jets. Sandberg a shot. Blocked in front. A backhand. And a save by Binnington with the chest. As Broberg is down on the ice and is hurting. And he'll get off on himself, but he blocked a shot that did something really bad to his leg. That did not look pretty. And he stumbles there onto the bench. He blocked a shot from the point. It went off of both his kneecaps, and you could tell right away that definitely wiped him out. So unfortunate there for Broberg. Picked up on the right side now at the point. A shot. Save in front by Binnington. It's cleared down low into the corner. Back behind the net then Parayko with it. Parayko will send it through the neutral zone. Taken back then by Neil Pionk. Through then it's dumped into the zone by Tanev. And picked up then by the St. Louis Blues on the right side. Barron clears it back down low. Through the zone now it's Neighbors, who tries clearing it down low. Sandberg now in the corner. Through the zone now. Tanev banks it off the boards. Leddy regrouping here now in the St. Louis end. Through the zone, Ryan Suter will gain the red line and dump it in. Back down low on the right side. Thomas battling for it. Puck goes up in the air and out of play. 2 minutes left here in the second period. It's still 3-2 in favor of the St. Louis Blues. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Two minutes left here in the second period. Morrissey back behind the net. Tries passing it through the zone. It's intercepted, but he gets it right back and clears it out. Along the right side, it slides all the way back down and into the St. Louis end as they regroup. Leddy down low. Banked out of the zone then by Winnipeg. They try and move it through the zone. Here's Thomas with some room. A pass over, and Buchnevich can't finish that. Here's Josh Morrissey now the other way. A 3-on-2 for the Jets. Morrissey through the zone in front for Lowry. And saved there by Binnington on Appleton. ironically enough. Connor a shot, and it's blocked there and cleared out by the Blues. Jets have kind of taken over everything here these last couple of minutes, not really giving the Blues that much. Pionk to Appleton. Slides a pass over. Connor. Over! They score! What a play! Oh, my Lord. And it's Vladislav Nemesnikov. And the Jets are up by 2. Tick, tack, toe. From Connor to Nemesnikov. And they take a 4-2 lead. What a play. What a sequence. And you knew that was coming. You knew that was coming with the pressure that has been going on these last couple of minutes from the Winnipeg Jets. The Blues with only 9 shots here through this frame and this entire game itself. And the Jets have just dominated things here these last couple of minutes. Unbelievable. And this crowd is going crazy here in Winnipeg. Down the right side now, Baron throws it back then for DeMello. Through the zone, it's cleared down low. Battling now in the corner. Barron to Tanev. Back down low for Barron. Barron holds it now, will circle it back around. Last minute of play here in the second period. Cleared around the right side, down low. Tanev trying to make something happen. Back down behind the net, then Barron with the puck. Back down low, then Dolan. Dolan waits, will try and throw it back down low. Stolen back then by the Blues. 3-on-2 the other way. Texier into the zone, moves it in, and we get a blown dead for offsides. Yeah, I have the Blackhawks as well. I think they defeat the Flyers in 7 games in the 2026 Stanley Cup Final. One can only dream. One can only dream. Face-off now coming outside of the Winnipeg zone. Thank you all for the support on this stream and tonight on the channel. We appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you are new or just watch the whole broadcast first. Shot there, saved by Hellebuck. Banked off the boards then. Blues will pick it back then and regroup. Falk to Suter. Back then Appleton to Pionk as 10 seconds wind down here in the second period. And the Blues are going to need to take a complete reset here if they want to get this win here tonight in game 5. 4-2 in favor of the Jets after 40 minutes of play. And that being said, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We'll be back for the start of the third period here momentarily. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. All right. Well, that being said, I need to finish this assignment up real quick for school, and then we will get to some clip editing real quick. Trying to think of what I want to do. All right, that's all done. Let's go to PSD key. Log in and submit that. So Jets with a 4-2 lead through the first period.
mini split cup yogurt. Sip it, swirl it, love it.
Bigger isn't always better. Smaller AI models can deliver the right results and help reduce AI costs up to 90%. Be AI first for business. IBM. On Chewy, save 35% and shop all your favorite brands.
Oh, it's due tomorrow. Well, I got it done now, so that's good.
Delivered fast. For low prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy. Just for men, get you your strongest, tallest, thickest looking beard yet. Mustache and beard. Now with keratin. In just 5 minutes. For your
All right. I didn't even need to do that, but at least I got it done. Nice. Don't have to do it later. That's great.
A collaboration between Armorall and Oracle Red Bull Racing. Precision engineered products that bring out the best in every car. The Armorall Podium Series, engineered for exceptional results.
Go Jets, go. Blues winning next year's cup. Ooh, that's certainly a take. Whew. All right.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. Well, you have Verizon now, so I can lock in a low price for 3 years? I mean, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now? Welcome back to the Discover Second Intermission Report. Am I going to be better? I am going to be better. I've studied goaltending extremely hard. I've probably studied the most out of anyone in this world. So I know.
All right. Did I get the oh no, I gotta clip it.
I gotta get 2 days here and time to bring it in game 5. That was quite the proclamation. 9 shots on goal, 2 goals in. It might
I think my clock is way off. Who wins the draft lottery? Let's be real. It's probably going to be San Jose or Chicago or like Nashville. It's going to be a team that we're not expecting is going to win it. And then I'll lose my mind and be very unhappy. But, you know, as a Flyers fan, I obviously want the Flyers to win it, but that I don't think that's happening, sadly. I don't think it's happening, unfortunately. I would love for it to, but it's probably not. Yeah, it's going to be one of those two for sure. Go Chicago. Hopefully they get somebody good for Bedard. My favorite team, the Flyers. But I'm not like every other Philly fan though. That's the one thing I pride myself with. Pride myself with, not proud myself. You get the gist.
And he's got a cup. And of course, Jake is big and strong CEO, but give us your breakdown here of this one. Yeah, exactly. I'll start with Aiden Hill. We know what he did in Vegas in their postseason winning their Stanley Cup. He came in unannounced and was great. Helped them win the Stanley Cup. Jake Cottinger is typically really good in the postseason, a big native of Minnesota, calm, efficient. But I like that he reacts more now in the postseason, a little more reactive. Okay. Logan Thompson, you know, I've been bullish on him.
All right, as this all loads, perfect. There we go.
He was great here in round one. He got back in the lineup. He's 2-1 in Vegas. Jordan Bennington, hey, from last place in the league.
Morrissey now the other way, a 3-on-2.
In Four Nations as well. And of course, Sergei Bobrovsky, the defending Stanley Cup champ
Morrissey.
with the Florida Panthers. So there you have it, folks. Those are mine. Who are yours? All right, so again, third period.
Morrissey
on the way.
through the zone in front for Lowry.
Any other goalie ever.
Saved there by Bennington on Appleton.
Capitals move on.
Ironically enough, Connor a shot.
Another power play goal in the playoffs. His 40th.
Connor a shot.
The
And it's blocked there and cleared up.
Don't wait for the Ottawa-Toronto winner.
What, did I just not clip the goal? What the hell is this? If Chicago wins it, then move the cup win to 2029. I like the sound of that. I gotta go back and re-clip the freaking Nemestikov goal. What is this BS?
But with Discover, I get accepted basically anywhere. I got explained Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. When it comes to your wireless plan, don't settle for less. Get more.
I like
5G phone and real unlimited data from Straight Talk. More ways to connect.
Kept in the zone though by the around
More
shoot
reasons to share.
of these
And when you sign
face
up
off
for
one of the
Straight Talk, you can get
pick it
more
up and
moments to yourself
it went off
by
of
getting something for them. Switch to Straight
Through
Talk
this-
and get a free 5G phone on us. On America's most reliable.
oh, in front for
5G network.
Lowry.
Find us at Walmart and Straight Talk.
Mestikov.
Get luxury without surge with Taco Bell's new
Jets have got, ironically enough, Connor a shot and it's blocked there and cleared out by the Blues. Got to make sure I actually get this on the commentary this time. Over everything here these last couple of minutes, not really giving the Blues that much beyond to Appleton. Slide the pass over. Connor over. They score! What a play! Oh my lord! And it's Vladislav Nemestikov, and the Jets are up by 2.
Always in motion.
Tick,
Getting this.
tack, toe.
Missing that. Arriving
From Connor
to
to
destination.
Nemestikov, and they take a 4-2 lead.
Sometimes it's beautiful. Sometimes it's a blur.
All right, now I got it on the call. Play, what a sequence.
To go right along
And
with
you
it.
knew that was
No
coming.
matter where the future
Jets win 27 and 28. Then the Blackhawks will win. Okay, I like the sound of that.
Nature's bounty. Good times are 4 times as strong as concrete. Nature's bounty supplements cellulose with high absorption magnesium. Senior nature stays strong. Nature's bounty. Senior nature. Karen's about to retire. Here's what's going into her retirement.
There's us. She raised us on her own.
10 years as my roller derby wife.
Preschool she's open.
She's a mother.
I think we turned out all right.
She's a friend. Our mothers can tell stories. She's a teacher.
Oh, that's why.
She may be retiring, but she's not done.
I'm never gonna stop.
Oh, what the hell?
Some of your life's work. Now what? Get income for life and protect your life's work with Prudential.
Did they just hop from a baseball game to a show on Max without leaving DirecTV? It's like all their apps and channels are...
Jets have kind of taken over everything. Couple of minutes, not really giving to Appleton. Slides the pass over. Connor over. They score! To Appleton. Slides the pass over. Connor over. They score! What a play! Oh my lord! And it's Vladislav Nemestikov. All right, about 7.5 minutes here till the start of the. Tick, tack, toe. Connor to Nemestikov, and they take a 4-2 lead.
One night, it'll take your drink. The next night, it will take someone else's. It takes. And just when you have nothing left.
Your device does not have enough storage. Rawr.
Welcome back to the Discover Second Intermission Report. Bucci and Weeksy back with you. No sweat for the defending champs against Tampa Bay. They win in 5. Tonight, up 3 games to 1, 2-2 game. The Swede to the Finn. Troy leans a plus. The big man Barkov getting it done. Great deflection there, too. Clark like the jaw. Oh, yeah. 3-3 game. Watch out. Sam Bennett twisted wrist. Bennett to Bennett. Perfectly placed shot. That's a goalie's bugaboo. just over the pad underneath the blocker. Battle of the Sunshine State goes to the pass. They await the winner of Ottawa, Toronto. Meanwhile, the Capitals trying to move on and play Carolina. One time, oh my goodness. Look at how quick he gets this off. Perfectly one draw. He was calling for it before it was one.
Oh, I gotta upload, gotta delete all this. Delete, 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 delete.
Yeah, Strom alone. Strom improvement. Obi, proud of your team. How proud? Why proud?
I think we just play our way. You know, obviously the third game it was like a little doubt, but you know we stick with it and we didn't play our best, but we still have a chance to win back then. But yeah, I think the fourth game was really important for us. We get in the moment then some big play happened and obviously some hit and kind of change it.
All right, thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We have about probably 5 minutes or so until the start of the third period. I'm sure my stream is definitely a little bit delayed, so kind of ignore my clock. It's delayed. It's always delayed. As much as I try to make it not delayed, it just doesn't. I can't get it right, so, you know.
We know it, and so we just have to play the same way against Carolina and try to keep rolling.
Yeah, facing Carolina next, what are you expecting?
I don't know. Like right now, like we just have to enjoy a little bit. Tomorrow, I don't know what the schedule is going to be. So yeah, right now we just enjoy, take a rest, and get ready for the second round.
All right, enjoy it. Spasiba.
Yeah, bye bye.
Flyers win in 2030. I love that answer.
Careful. Elsie, come on. Get the butter off your fingers. 12 more pucks. Let's go. So there it is. Capitals Hurricanes, second round. Panthers await the winner of the Maple Leafs and Senators. That could end tomorrow if Toronto wins on the road. Winnipeg's been really good. Plus 28 shot attempt differential is their highest through two periods this season. Binnington's keeping him in the game. He is. Winnipeg is going crazy. Discover. Second intermission report is over. Third period next.
All right, third period coming up here in about 3.5 minutes. Get excited.
People customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. You're just a flightless bird.
No, it's a dream, friend.
Lovely. That bird really did it. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty. This combo meal's got combinations. Make this thing your own creation. Entree, drink, and choice of size. Oh, and it's free to swap fries.
All right. What's up, Aiden? I love you too, Aiden.
Boy, my bracket really just went from actually looking half decent to cooked in the span of 11
And change the game forever.
to Appleton. Slide the pass over. Connor. Over! They score! What a play! Oh my lord, and it's Vladislav Nemestikov.
I hear you.
And the Jets are up by 2.
He's a keeper. Is that
Tick,
dog food?
tack,
It's not dog
toe.
food. It's fresh cut. It's real meat, real veggies.
From Connor to Nemestikov.
That, Peter. Shut him now. You make a pretty cute couple.
All right, less than 2 minutes. Okay. Go Jets, go. All right, less than a minute here till the start of the third period from Canada Life Center. I'll change up my feed here now just because why not? Oops, and I'm going to do that. A little second period recap. Goals from just Vladislav Nemesnikov and Jimmy Snuggerud alongside Dylan DeMello there as well. And let's hope for another entertaining third period here live from Canada Life Center.
Welcome back to Winnipeg alongside Cassie Campbell-Pascal. I'm Mike Monaco. Leah Hextall joins us as well. Time now for tonight's winning ingredients brought to you by Chipotle and more depth scoring for the Jets.
Yeah, it was key. They needed some other guys on this team to start scoring, and Niederreiter, who gets switches down to his normal line, that third unit, just plants himself in front, gets his first goal of the series, and then the Jets.
All right, that's another
Defenseman prior to tonight.
short there tonight. That is the 4th short of the day. All right, let's get locked in here for the start of the third period. A win here tonight gives you a 3-2 series lead with a chance to advance to the second round on Friday. We will be live for that game as well, by the way, so make sure to subscribe and you won't miss it. All right, third period, Jets versus Blues. We are underway. Face-off won by St. Louis. Falk will clear it in to the Jets end, and a glove save there off of the play right away from Connor Hellebuck. I'm not 100% sure on the status of Mark Scheifele. From what we're hearing, I haven't seen anything that says otherwise. He's probably still not back on the bench for the Jets here, which is not a great sign. It is not a good sign there whatsoever if you are the Winnipeg Jets. Shots are 22-10 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. It is absolutely lopsided in favor of them. Face off here now, won by St. Louis. Falk to Thomas. Back down low. Thomas waits. Looks for options here now. Up then for Falk. And the puck slides out. And the Blues will hold it on the right side. They'll take it back in, but it's offsides on Thomas as he gets knocked down from behind on the Nemesnikov. And will that be a call? Yep, still no Mark Scheifele. And he will not return. I don't like that. That's not good. Anyways, let's hope the Jets can seal the win off here without him, and hopefully he'll be back for Game 6 on Friday. Sundqvist now versus Nemesnikov. It's kicked all the way out and into the crowd after that faceoff is won by them. Face-off here now, won by St. Louis. Blues break it into the zone. Down low in the zone now. It's picked up by Winnipeg. Tipped into the zone by Velarde now down low. In the corner, Cam Fowler. Sends it around back behind the net. Around the right side, Connor tries throwing it in front. Velarde picks it up then for Winnipeg. And they'll battle here on the right side. Puck comes out free then. Sundqvist will regroup then back for Parayko. Over then for Connor. Connor backhands it into the zone. It's blocked by a Blue. And Parayko will hold it back for St. Louis. Again, as I said at the end of the second period, for the Blues to come back in this game, they're going to need to really kind of flip things around and change their game plan here. Through the zone, DeMello trying to clear it out of the zone on the right side. As it's batted out all the way the other way, and regrouping with it now is Leddy. Leddy now behind the net. Banked ahead then over for Sandberg, who regroups. Back over for Lowry, who breaks it in. Lowry for Iafallo. Intercepted quickly there by the Blues, and Kyrou will take it in. Intercepted there back behind the net. Neighbors throws it around behind the net. Picked up then by Sandberg. A pass up to center ice. Barron around the right side. Morgan Barron shoots it. And saved there by Binnington. Puck will slide into the Jets zone. About 2 minutes gone here in this third period already. Here's Barron now down the other way. Will dump it down low into the zone. Battling here in the corner. On the right side, Niederreiter feeds that one around behind the net, back up to the point. Down low. Taken back then by Appleton. Appleton behind the net then. Broberg steals it back for St. Louis. And they will try and get it out, but it's kept in. A shot and a glove save from Binnington once again. Got to give him credit. I know he's allowed 4 goals on 22 shots, but Jordan Binnington looks pretty good here tonight, despite the struggles going on here in St. Louis through this game. They just look stone cold. And maybe this is one of those series where it's a home team only wins scenario, which if that's the case, Jets in 7. But my prediction of Jets in 6 is looking pretty good right now. Face-off coming here now inside of the St. Louis zone. It'll be Faksa versus Velarde. Walker will come in there in replacement for Sundqvist. And face-off is won by the Jets. It'll be taken out of the zone. They'll regroup. Stanley will just direct it right back into the zone. Behind the net now, Toropchenko with it. Down low as the Blues regroup. On the right side, Parayko sends a pass up to the neutral zone. Toropchenko will bank it into the zone. Back then down low, Stanley with the puck on the right side. Parayko fires it just wide of the net. Picked back up into the point. Fowler down low in front. Parayko can't get a shot off and cleared around the other way. Through the zone now. Jets will hold it. Stanley sends a pass to center ice. Intercepted there quickly. Parayko into the zone with Faksa. Gives it over for Faksa, who banks it around back down low into the boards and picked up quickly again by the Jets. Walker gets it back then for the Blues. On the right side, Faksa to the point. Leddy moves in, shoots it, and blocked in front there by the Jets and chipped out then to center ice. Regrouping it now the other way is Neighbors. Neighbors around now behind the net. Gets tied up down low. Played back then for Suter. A shot from Kyrou deflects and goes back behind the net. Neighbors in front, jabbing at that puck, and it comes out free. Up to the point. Leddy is shot and blocked there. Suter to Leddy again. Down low, Kyrou. Back to Leddy. To Suter! And it deflects up in the air. And that was off the crossbar from Ryan Suter. You can't tell when you're not there. Along the right side now, down low is Sandberg picking it up. Sandberg now behind the net. And that's why the remote broadcasts with TNT are just so stupid. They need to be on site at the game. Just like ESPN has. Every single ESPN game they've streamed, they have been there. Jets get some claps from their fans as they hold the puck behind their own net and look for options near the regroup. They're 15 minutes away from taking a 3-2 series lead. Puck is deflected back down low into the St. Louis zone. Sundqvist banks it around now on the right side. Picked up by Walker. Blues will take it now the other way. Falk chips it into the zone. It goes up and into Hellebuck, who just hits it with his blocker into the corner. Boldu tied up then, picked up by Texier. Up to the point. Falk moves it in. A pass over Broberg, and it goes wide. Tries directing it in front is Texier and loses control as Perfetti will take it and give it up to Lowry. Back to Iafallo. Iafallo banks off the boards and down low. Holding it now is Boldu with Perfetti. Back then for Falk on the right side behind the St. Louis net. Shots are 23-11 in favor of the Jets here so far through this period. Into the zone. Snuggerud drops it back to the point then Parayko will throw it back then behind the net as well. Over then for Thomas. On the right side, it's kept in by St. Louis. Behind the net now, it's DeMello battling forward, who will pick it back up as I think Neighbors just took a tumble. Along the right side then is DeMello. Through the zone, will clear it all the way down the other way. That'll be an icing. Oh, never mind, no icing. I thought it would be. Parayko through the neutral zone. Sends a pass all the way into the Winnipeg end. Morrissey picks it back up. Nemesnikov hit by Parayko. And the Jets will regroup. Around the right side, Nemesnikov will just bank it around and into the zone. And down low, Fowler battling with Velarde. Taken back then by Toropchenko. Through the zone now. Here's Walker with some room. Already a goal in this game. Circles around and waits. Will bank it off the boards on the right side. Stolen back then by the Jets. Here they come the other way. 2-on-1. Nemesnikov with Connor. Nemesnikov over and just wide. Oh, I thought he had Binnington beat. Here's Toropchenko now the other way. Toropchenko through the zone. Circles around. Looks for options. Shoots it. And deflected there just wide on the right side. Sandberg picks it right back up through the zone. Taken back then by Niederreiter, who shoots it all the way down low. And Neighbors will control it in the St. Louis end. Down low is Justin Falk behind the net. As the Blues regroup, they're down by 2 here with 12:50 left in the third period. There's still a chance, but it's fading. Through the zone, Neighbors. Feeds a pass up then for Shen. Back to Neighbors, gets it into the zone. Letty will backhand it down low, and the Jets get full control right away. Neighbors interception, and a shot is blocked. Here's Barron now the other way for the Jets. Through the zone. Stolen back then quickly by the Blues. They'll take it back into their own end and regroup here with a little bit over 10 minutes to go. Along the right side, Letty will bank that one down low into the zone. Morrissey bounces it off the boards to center ice. Regrouping now is Suter, who backhands it off the boards. And stolen back then by the Jets. Lowry down the right side, down low. Battling now with Suter and thrown up to the point. DeMello to Morrissey, a shot. And blocked in front by St. Louis. Played back then DeMello to Iafallo. Back then Connor around for Lowry behind the net. Lowry tied up. Perfetti now races for it. He'll feed it up to the point. To Morrissey. Over Perfetti, a shot. And it goes wide. Letty around, cleared out to the right side. Perfetti then will pick it up. Sent up then to Morrissey. Morrissey shoots it. And it goes up into the boards. And out of play. 11:30 left here in the third period. The Jets with a 2-goal lead, looking to take it back to St. Louis with a 3-2 series lead. Thank you all for tuning in. If you are just joining us, welcome. We do these streams every single week. If you don't want to miss Game 6, which we will be live for, be sure to subscribe. And you'll see that on here and you won't miss it.
Best day of training so far. It's killing me.
You've always been ahead of the game. Excellence is your default, and Lexus knows that feeling is unmatched. Their standard isn't for the average, it's for those who set the bar and elevate it. So as you redefine what's possible, Lexus refines what you deserve. Because a car that doesn't make you feel something is
Whew. Well then. Wait for the time to wind down here. All right. Oh, never mind. I thought we were back. Never mind. All right, well, game 6s for 2 of the Western Conference Series are tomorrow, Oilers and Kings and Wild and Knights. I probably won't be live for either of them, but if they do go to overtime, maybe I'll go and tune in for a little bit. Face-off one here by the Jets. Sandberg at the point. Pionka shot! And it deflects wide and kicked back down low into the corner. Velarde now battling on the right side. Blues trying to pick it up. Connor feeds it down low. Trying to take it behind that as Velarde, who gets knocked down to the bottom of the ice and cleared up to the point. Sandberg to Connor. Deflected back down low. Velarde behind the net. Throws it in front. And stopped there by Binnington. Puck is still in the crease. And Parayko will bank it off the boards. And the Blues will get it out. Jets get it right back. Nemestikov. Intercepted quickly by Parayko. To Snuggerud. Back to Thomas. Thomas a pass. Blocked there by Nemestikov on the right side. And up in the air and down low into the corner. And a whistle is blown. Or is it? No, they just all stopped playing for a second. I'm like, what is happening? Nemestikov now through the zone will clear it in. St. Louis will then regroup. Leddy moves it around now down the other way through the zone. Leddy dekes in around DeMello and will shoot that one around back up to the point. On the right side, Neighbor stolen back then by the Jets. 2-on-2 the other way. Lowry with Iafallo takes it past Suter, throws it in front, and Iafallo can't get that one. Another shot, and that one's blocked as well. Picked up again then by St. Louis. Through the zone, it's Shen. Intercepted quickly, and the Jets will get it back. Down the other way. Perfetti through his feet, shoots it, and it goes wide. That would have been a nice goal if he could score that. And puck goes offsides there for St. Louis, and some pushing and shoving, which is what we've seen all night here. And St. Louis down by 2 still. If they want to come back, they better do it soon. 4-2 Winnipeg. Make sure my shots are correct. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to use the bathroom very fast, and then we'll be back for the last couple parts here of this period.
We are always in motion. Getting this, fixing that, driving to destination.
Okay, I have returned. Shots are 24-14. 9:51 left in the third period. And for the third stream in a row, we have officially hit 1,000 views. Y'all are insane. What's crazy, in the regular season, on these streams, we only had 2 during the regular season that had over 1,000 views. Since the playoffs have started, we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's insane. You guys are insane. Thank you all so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. It's been incredible in this first round. It's only the first round, too, which is wild. Face-off won by St. Louis. Falk to Broberg, who clears it down low into the zone. Behind the net, Hellebuck will come out of his net to play it around. Picked up then by Toropchenko, who gets hit by Tanev. Stanley gets it back. 3-on-2 the other way. Stanley with Baron and Dolan. A shot, and it goes wide. Back down low now. Barron with it, who gets tied up. Over to Falk. Kicked all the way through the neutral zone and taken back then by Miller, who banks it off the boards and back into the zone. Barron still with it. Moves it down low into the zone. Back behind the net, Broberg with it. To Falk. Falk through and down the right side. Here he comes into the zone. Over then for Thomas down low. Thomas will bank that one all the way around and picked up easily then by Dolan. Down low, Falk. Back through the zone is Thomas. Over then Sandberg will battle with the puck in the zone, and it's still battled for here in the corner. Still in the corner. It finally does break free and picked up again by Winnipeg. 2-on-2 the other way. It's Dolan with Niederreiter. And it goes into the St. Louis bench. So that's it for that. That is it for that. Face off coming here now inside of the or it's at center ice, I'm pretty sure. Face off. Kyrou comes into the zone and gets poked off there by Pionk. Here come the Jets. Connor, 3-on-3. Spinorama, Nemestikov to Velarde, and they blow the play dead because of a penalty, I think. Or is it a penalty? I'm not 100% sure. You hear some boos there from the Jets fans. I thought it might have been a penalty, but it must have been offsides. That would have been a nasty play if they could do that, but it was offsides. So, nope. Oh, what a play by Nemestikov earlier. Face-off now, won by St. Louis. Played around the right side. It's picked up at the zone. Nemestikov tries dumping it in. Kept in. Shen, a pass over. Kyrou a shot, and that one goes wide. At the point, Fowler. And it's blocked. Another shot, and that one goes down low. Blues with 15 shots here through about 50 minutes of this game. A shot in front from Neighbors is saved by Hellebuck. And cleared all the way down the other way. Again, as I said, if St. Louis really wants to make this game closer, they're going to need to start getting shots here, because they've been lacking them. In the zone. A shot! And a save by Hellebuck, cleared down low. It's Texier on the right side. Picked up by Niederreiter, who backhands it out of the zone. Toropchenko now will take it and regroup, and St. Louis will take it back down the other way. Texier feeds it over then and cleared down low by Shen. Back to Morrissey now in the corner. Battling on the right side. Toropchenko fighting here with Morgan Barron. Puck is still tied up at the half wall. Still tied up. And finally it does break free. Down low now behind the net. It's DeMello trying to pick it up here. He's tied up by Texier. And through the zone, a huge check there from Texier. And Niederreiter is down. He gets up. He's slow to get up. He realizes there's probably no call. Not to say that he was faking that, but I didn't see the check. I wasn't necessarily paying attention. Let me see this replay. So they deflect in. Pionk with a huge check. They come in. They get some opportunities. Yeah. I want to see the check. Okay, I want to see the check. I don't care about these opportunities. All right, here we go. Ooh. From Ryan Suter. I'm not sure why that was really necessary, but all right. Well, okay then. I'm not sure why that was really necessary for Suter to cross-check him from behind, but you know what? All the power to him. He looks like he's okay, but it didn't look that pretty. I've been cross-checked like that before plenty of times. 7 minutes left here in the third. Face-off coming now in the Winnipeg zone. Face-off now won by the Jets. Perfetti tries backhanding out of the zone. It's kept in, though. And they end up knocking Broberg out of the zone. I think the puck went into the Winnipeg bench. And the Blues still down by 2. It's going to take a little bit here before they I appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. We got a good one here live from Canada Life Center. About 6:53 left here in the third period. The Jets have a 2-goal lead and could possibly take a 3-2 lead heading back to Game 6. Kyrou into the zone. Moves it back. A shot from Falk. What a block from Iafallo. Blues will regroup. Falk then to Broberg. Intercepted by Perfetti quickly. Blues trying to regroup now here in the zone. They take it back. Falk to Kyrou. Blues into the zone. Shen intercepted quickly and cleared out of the zone then by Winnipeg. Regrouping with it now. Down low is Falk back to Buchnevich. Buchnevich here through the zone. Takes it back over then Snuggerud down the right side. Snuggerud shoots it and deflected in front to the right side. Back up to the point. Fowler a shot and a save by Hellebuck. He hasn't been perfect, but he's locked in when he has to. Whew. I want to know. All right. Face off now. Won by the Jets. Down low, DeMello with the puck. Hit off there by Thomas. Velarde trying to play it. Back down low with Snuggerud as hits galore here in this game. On the right side now, Jets trying to clear it out. They do so successfully. Morrissey will bank it out of the zone. Picked up then down low by Fowler for Snuggerud. Through the zone, 3-on-3. Snuggerud takes it back. Thomas a shot. And it's deflected down low behind the net. Buchnevich trying to throw it up to the point. The Mesnikov keeps it through down low. Back over then for Miller. Miller throws a pass through the neutral zone and the Blues will regroup. Fowler then through the zone. It's intercepted quickly and they'll have to regroup on the right side as the Jets. Barron down low then. Parayko picks it up behind the net. 5:10 left here in the third period. It's 4-2 Winnipeg. Through the zone. Tropchenko a shot. It goes wide. I thought that was going in for a second. Puck is cleared all the way down the other way. And will that be an icing? Nope. Suter throws it around then back for Tropchenko. Down low the other way is Sundqvist as it's cleared down low. Battling forward here now is Niederreiter with Letty. Along the right side. Back now in the corner. Puck does end up coming free. And picked up by Tanev. Tanev will skate it in. Will just gain the red line and dump it down low. He'll be the first one to that puck. Binnington fires it around. He picks it right back up and will just run down the clock as the Jets hold it in their own zone. Still a lot of time left, though. I'm not holding my breath just yet if you're St. Louis. Down low. Larry in front. And stopped by Binnington with the glove. He almost didn't have that. And we'll go to the final commercial break here before the last 2 or 3 minutes, of this game to be played. I guess we'll see if the Blues are going to be able to come back because I'm not liking their chances right now. They're not looking terribly great. They're going to go back to St. Louis and possibly face elimination here. Kucherov has no goals in his last 15 playoff games. Wow, that's brutal. Anywho, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. This has been a fun one here tonight between the Jets and the Blues. Game 5. We will be live for Game 6 on Friday. So we will be back here very soon. Blues would have to get some serious puck luck. 100%. This game is pretty much done, I think. But again, anything is possible. So I'm not holding my breath just yet. All right. 4:14 left in the third. Shots are 25-16. So they brought down the shots for St. Louis. Hasn't been particular. Oh, not 1Y. 1-6. 1-6. Face off. Won by St. Louis in their own zone. They spin it up then for Thomas. Thomas tries clearing it into the zone on the right side. God, I wouldn't mind some overtime. I feel good. I wouldn't mind overtime. I'm not like tired like I was last night. I feel good. 4:06 here. And they're pulling Jordan Binnington. With 4 minutes and 6 seconds left, they are pulling Jordan Binnington. All right then. Well, we'll see how this goes. Okay. I was not expecting that. They're going to pull Jordan Binnington here. Get a 6th skater out there on the ice. And let's see what they can do. Face off. Won by the Blues. Fowler dumps it into the zone. And that'll be an offsides once again. Fowler just shattered his stick as he tried to dump that puck in. And that didn't go well. And that's not ideal. All right, face-off coming here now. Outside of the Jets' end. Jets are just 4 minutes away from a 3-2 series lead. Kyrou to Buchnevich, who sends it in. Down low, Hellebuck tried to go for it. I would have lost my mind. Here's Lowry, poke checks it ahead then for Niederreiter. Fowler's right there to say no. Lowry gets it right back. He'll come to the empty net, a backhand, and that one's quickly intercepted now down low. Buchnevich back with it. Will drop it back. Kyrou with 3:30 left. The Blues have done this before, so I'm not holding my breath just yet. Buchnevich through the zone, shoots it just wide. Along the right side, Neighbors. Over then for Thomas. Thomas back down low. Neighbors tied up. Kyrou intercepted. DeMello banks it off the boards. They'll send it the other way for Niederreiter, who will go to the empty net in front for Lowry, and they will take a 3-2 series lead. Adam Lowry on the empty net goal. It's 5-2 Jets with 3:13 remaining here in the third period. And there you go. The Jets will take a 3-2 series lead with a chance to clinch a spot to the second round on Friday. And that makes things very, very entertaining for Friday's stream. So if you want to be there, subscribe. I know I keep saying it. Sorry. I don't like to shove it in your face. So I like to say it when it's convenient. But they'll put Binnington back in the net. And, I mean, there's 3 minutes left. We'll see what they can do. But this one's pretty much donezo. Down low now in the zone. Texier with it. Back then for Barron. Along the right side. Jets will clear it out to center ice. All the way down the other way. That's Lowry's 13th career playoff goal. That's an ESPN stat right there. They just put on the board the earliest empty net playoff goal in Jets history, bro. Who cares? Through the zone now. St. Louis picks it up. It's poke checked away. Zachary Bolduc will get it back and regroup. 2:30 left to go. Leddy will put it back now behind the net. Over then through the zone. It's tipped in front by Sandberg, who will try and shoot it down the other way. Puck goes up in the air, some pushing and shoving. Up then for Snuggerud the other way. Snuggerud into the zone, hit down low then by Sandberg. Along the right side, Pionk with it. Will shoot it all the way around. Kept in there by Broberg. Broberg in front, shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Will skate it around then up to the point. A shot from Falk. And that one goes wide. Halla's not even on either of these teams. Thank you, Willie. I appreciate it. Even though I just messed up. Blues regrouping here with the puck. Less than 2 minutes to go. And the Blues, who won both games 3 and 4 at their home arena. That's got to be some kind of positive you take away from this one if you do lose this game. You got to look at it at the very least in a sense where they won both their games at home. Yes, they are facing elimination. There's a decent chance they can come back. It's not out of the question. And I just thought that, the early goal from Connor and just everything with that, it's just been the tips in front. Not all of these goals have been Binnington's fault, first and foremost. Even the one for Winnipeg wasn't even really their fault. Just been a couple of poor defensive plays. St. Louis just not being really active in terms of shots. Of course you did. And yeah, just overall, it was a rough game from the Blues. Let's see what they can do now in the next one. 1:19 remaining here in this regulation. Jets have had 3 goals in games 3, 4, and 5 tonight. And all these Jets fans on their feet here in Canada Life Center. Game 6 will be Friday at 8 p.m. Oh my God, it's at 8 p.m.? Oh my Lord. And by the way, that is the only game that is on Friday, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Toropchenko to the point. Broberg a shot, it's blocked. Along the right side then, Niederreiter sends it through the neutral zone. Stolen back then by St. Louis. They'll regroup now on their own end. Back for Falk. Justin Falk breaks it in through the zone. Has control, will fire it down low. Last minute of play here in the regulation period. Puck in front. Rebound. Faxa save. They score. Nathan Walker with 51 seconds left. Some pushing and shoving in front. And I don't really know if it matters, but the Blues make it 5-3. And I think you have the best background of all streamers. Thank you. I appreciate that, William. I gotta be honest, 51.4 seconds left. It's not impossible. If they make that happen, that'll be absolutely insane. You guys remember when Vancouver did it against the Dallas Stars. If Vancouver can do it, I think St. Louis can do it, but we'll see. I don't think it's happening, though. It's, very unlikely. It's only happened, maybe once or twice. So this one's basically a wraps. Just that goal is to make it look like it's closer, but I doubt it. That's Nathan Walker's second goal of the night, actually. Ironically enough. And Hellebuck, even though his team played well, 3 goals on 19 shots. Not pretty, but hey, you got the job done. You saved more goals than Binnington did. That's a positive. I'm a Flyers fan, but generally I don't really care about any of that. Down low, Snuggerud. Up to the point, Shen, meaning that I'm not biased. Blues with it. A shot. Thomas deflected just wide of the net on the right side. 30 seconds left here in the regulation frame. Down low, Pionk battling with Snuggerud. He'll fire that one around. Picked up then by Iafallo, who banks it up the boards. And stolen back then by Fowler. 18 seconds to go. And this one's basically wraps here in St. Louis. Puck is dumped. Hellebuck. Oh, he's not going for it. I thought he was going to go for it. And cleared down the other way. And final score here. Jets 5, Blues 3. And we will be back for Game 6 in St. Louis on Friday. Oh my Lord. The Jets have a chance to move on to the second round. Well then. The home team has won every single game in this series. And that narrative does not change here tonight. Let's see if it will change on Friday. All right. Well, that being said, that is it for me. Be sure to subscribe down below if you want to go see Game 6 on Friday. We will be live for that, so stay tuned for that when it comes here to the channel. But another great day of streaming. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys here in the next stream.